Hello, I'm FX Toycat, and today the final update of 2020 came out for the Java edition of Minecraft. This is Snapshot 20W51A, or a development version of 1.17, and although this included a brand new mob, a super adorable mob that I'd love to talk about, the truth is the most interesting features in this update were actually nerfs to the Phantom, or really buffs to how sleeping works in multiplayer, as well as an entire change to how Neverright works, including what is in my opinion a huge change for the better. Because we all know that Neverright doesn't burn, right? Does it? No, okay. We all know that Neverright doesn't burn, right? But one of the interesting things that they've decided to do in this update, just a small bug fix that most people aren't going to pay attention to, is if you have, say, a bunch of tools in a shulker box, the shulker box itself is not protected from burning in lava, which is a very tragic thing in my opinion. But the interesting thing is that if you throw that shulker box into lava now, interestingly enough, the non-burnable items, the Neverright, will pop out entirely fine. And this is a huge change to Neverright that I think makes it significantly better, because this change also works when it comes to bundles. If we throw a bed into this bundle, it takes up all of the slots. But if we throw some TNT into this bundle and then we throw some Neverright ingots into the bundle, you might wonder, like, okay, so this is 61 Neverright ingots, 3 TNT. What happens when we throw it in there? The bundle burns, the TNT the TNT didn't burn, interestingly. The bundle burn and does TNT not burn for some reason? TNT does burn, there we go. But the bundle itself burns, and then the items inside of it come spewing out, and if they are meant to burn as well, they will, and if they're like a Neverright axe, they will not burn. So yeah, they've buffed Neverright and the way it works in containers, and they've also nerfed, in my opinion, this is a pretty significant nerf, they have nerfed the Phantoms by using a brand new game rule. Again, there are super adorable Axolotls. I want to show you, look, they come in bucket form, they come in they come in like this form. They love you when you have tropical fish. They're a super interesting mob, and I want to talk so much about this cute, adorable thing. But first, I want to talk about the way more significant feature, because Axolotls right now seem cute and fun and great, but like, to what level? But something you're going to appreciate every single day after this update comes out. By the way, I should mention, just in case you're curious about this 20W51A, this last update of the year, as the people even putting it out said, you might be curious as to what 20W51A even means. If you don't follow the Java edition, or you just don't follow snapshots often, you just know that it's the latest versions of Minecraft kind of testing out the features. So basically, this is the first snapshot or beta update coming out in the 51st week of 2020. Next year, the snapshots will starting with 21W, 1, 2, 3A, etc. And yeah, basically this snapshot adds a lot of features that will be included in 1.17, but they're not included yet because they're still working on a variety of things, and one of those brand new changes is a brand new game rule. So again, on Java, like, type in game rule and then like sleep. It's player sleeping percentage. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but this is a brand new game rule that seems kind of boring right here, because like, what are you even going to do? Player sleeping percentage? I don't know what I'd ever want from that. And interesting enough, it's set to 100 by default. So what this means is 100% of the players in your game need to be sleeping for you to pass by the night. And if you're in a one-person game, that's one person. In a 3-people game, 3 people, every single person. However, you can also now set this value to lower. If you set this value to, say, 66%, this means that, if you have 3 people in a game, let's simulate them right now. You have 3 people in your Minecraft game, only 2 of them now need to go to sleep, because if 2 people are asleep in your world, that's 66.6% of players, or players' sleeping percentage is over 66, and now the nighttime passes, even though the 3rd player is not in their bed. Because the way it works right now is all 3 players need to be in their beds, they need to be sleeping at the same time, and that whole 5 seconds has to pass for all of them before nighttime passes. Now that percentage is based on this new game rule, which can be set to any number you want, between 0 and 100. You can set that percentage to 10, and now if there are 10 players in your Minecraft world, hypothetically, I don't have the budget for 10 Steve heads, I'm sorry. But if you had 10 players in your Minecraft world, or even in our 3-player example, that means that 2 of the players can be off mining, can be AFKing in some part of the world, and the 1 player who is still there, who hates phantoms and really doesn't want them to spawn, or even just wants it to be daylight for whatever reason, that player can now sleep in a bed and they can skip forwards through the night. So yeah, it's worth mentioning that you can set this as low as 0. What 0 will mean is not 0% of players have to be sleeping, which to me sounds like every single night is being skipped, which obviously seems kind of OP. What it just means is no matter how many players you have, even if you've got 100 beds, Wait, we could simulate 100 beds, I reckon. Let's do it, sure. Wait, get this right. We could have this many this did not look how I thought it would look. We could have this many players as simulated by all of these beds that look exactly how I expect a bed to look. You know, yeah, this is what beds are in Minecraft. You could have 120 players in your Minecraft world, and then if one of them goes to sleep, the entire night is skipped. So 0 seems a bit over the top, but sure, if you want it, you can do it. Also, you can, you know, we're not gonna focus on the half destroyed beds, because what we are going to focus on is the fact that this is a really cool new feature, because honestly, setting it to 100 seems kind of excessive. That's the default setting, but setting it lower is something a lot of people will enjoy, and I think, again, we have to wait till this comes to Bedrock, because on Java, like, sure, you could already change this with mods and commands. On Bedrock, I'm really curious about whether this will be considered a cheat or not. Will changing the sleep rule percentage, which realistically, there'll be like a menu option, you won't have to type this all out yourself, but will changing that figure around be counting as cheating, or will it just be, you know, like, and if you're curious, that means it turns off achievements and sets the cheat flag on, which has a whole bunch of downsides you just don't really want? Or will it be seen as logical that if you have 3 players in a Minecraft world, only 2 of them should need to sleep for everyone to go to sleep? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below about whether you think that's going to be a cheat or whether you think it should be a cheat. But what I'd also love to hear your thoughts on is Axolotls. I mean, they're cute. Have you seen them? Here's the spawn egg, by the way. They don't exist in normal form right now. They just exist in spawn egg form. So look, we've got ourselves some axolotls, and we also got ourselves some tropical fish. And allow me to show you something even cuter than axolotls, as always in Minecraft. So interesting enough, that their favorite food is tropical fish, and because you can get tropical fish in the form of buckets, this means what you can do if you want to, is you can feed a couple of them some tropical fish, and you know what that will cause? That will cause some love for you to be found in the axolotls. Are they trying to attack a mob, maybe? Like, I'm hearing a drowned around here somewhere, but I'm just seeing all the axolotls trying to dig into the ground in a very glitchy way. Again, just a reminder, this is a snapshot update. This is not the full thing. But yeah, as you can see, after falling in love with each other, they do make themselves a little animal. And look at this. This is the world's most adorable thing. It's a little baby axolotl. It doesn't actually show as different when you have the bucket of axolotl. Here is a bucket of axolotl with a... Oh, no, come back in here. This is a bucket of axolotl with a normal axolotl in it. This is my bucket with... It's a glitch. It doesn't show different because he grows up and becomes a different axolotl once you pick him up. They always become different. So this is clearly a glitch. This is why snapshots are a thing. So they can fix this sort of issue for later on, I guess. This, you know, everything about axolotls is a little bit broken right now, huh? But yeah, you can see how they're just in here killing tropical fish for you, which is going to be a really interesting use for them, actually. You could also just set them loose in a war motion, and you'll get yourself so many tropical fish, which I guess, like, maybe you want to trade them, or maybe you just like eating tropical fish, or... You know, there's some good reason you'd want a lot of tropical fish, I'm sure. I don't know what it is right now. I don't think anyone knows what it is right now. But I do know that tropical fish looks like a clownfish, even though it's not called clownfish anymore. Bet you didn't know, I'll spot that. But the other cool thing that you might like about axolotls is besides vaguely caring about you when you have a food that they enjoy. Look how much he cares about me, because I've got a food that he enjoys in my hand. But, so not only do they care about you when you have a food they enjoy, not only do they be the cutest mob we've ever seen in Minecraft, but also... So, ocean monuments were introduced in 1.8, and there haven't been too many major changes to them since then for the most part. I mean, it's the place you go if you want to get sponges, and also guardians, and also, you know what, there's this Elder Guardian effect, which means that, oh, just for being around here, did you know... Things can be real rough. I bet you didn't know that. But something you probably do know is about this mining fatigue effect is one of the worst things in Minecraft. You know, by a sizable margin too. Who likes mining fatigue? Because don't get me wrong, ocean monuments and their sponges are great, but the mining fatigue is so bad. Honestly, it's one of the worst things about this. So hypothetically, if those axolotls would be friendly and would help out. And if you helped out while killing these mobs, because axolotls aren't really friends of most of the other things in the sea. But hypothetically, right, just purely, simply hypothetically, if you were to help out on something that an axolotl wanted you to help kill, and you killed that thing, you would get the axolotl to temporarily give you, you know, not only a little buff, but also to remove your mining fatigue. You know what, that was a terrible example because I picked one the Axolotls weren't actively attacking. So let's just summon in a trillion Axolotls, shall we? Let's just let them definitely be attacking every single mob. Let's terrify the Guardians as they realize they now have to deal with this many Axolotls. Let's make sure they're all very much under attack, okay? Is that correct, finally? I couldn't get this to... The Axolotl behavior, while not being tamed, while just being summoned in, is a little bit weird, a little bit wacky. But, the way more interesting to me is the fact that, like, the Guardian beams make a noise now. How long is that? If that isn't new, that is shocking, because it sounds like there's just, like, some weird effects playing, but you can see it lines up with those Guardian beams. So if you've ever wanted to have noisy ocean monuments, now that's a thing. And also, Axolotls are theoretically a good friend for the ocean. Although, you know what? The precise details will probably change even more between now and the release. But just keep in mind, Axolotls love tropical fish, and they claim to be a new, friendly, cute-looking mob that isn't just worthless. So that is a huge step forwards for Minecraft, in my opinion. Also, this week, they made changes to skulk sensors. Skulk sensors are a part of redstone. I don't want to be the guy who's like, I understand exactly what they say when all these things. All I can tell you is that they're making changes to the skulk sensor. Again, it's one of those features I try to keep my eyes on because it's a huge change to redstone. It's making it wireless in a lot of places, you can even say. However, you know, the exact changes right now is they've basically made it so that you can, you can't anymore detect when someone started eating using a skulk sensor. Instead, only when someone finishes eating. There's a few other changes, a few other bug fixes. Basically, it's the last snapshot of the year, but it's not a particularly big one. It's not trying to be the big one. It's just, hey, here are the last features we got done before the year is over. And honestly, we've gotten a healthy amount off, the 1.17 features already kind of previewed in the last, just month and a half to 2 months already, which is impressive in my opinion. Man, there are Axolotls all over this thing, huh? But I would say it's kind of impressive just where it is already. Like, I genuinely think, although there is obviously improvements to be made, there's more changes we'll see in 2021. Besides Cave Gen, we have a lot of the features already, and that's promising as far as, like, what about new things that we haven't seen already? So that's what I'm excited about for 2021. This is the last snapshot video of the year. We might have a new Bedrock beta video, but it's very unlikely, but who knows? We'll see how that goes. And also, I just want to kind of mention one more thing before we go here. And that fact would be that Streamless has been very fun this year. I've liked it a lot. However, you know what? As we've done, like, I think it's come very close to 30 days of pretty much every, day of live stream. I think I'm going to move into, like, roughly every other day or so live streams for now. And that includes something I'm really excited and want to try tomorrow. I'm going to be... Also, look how cute the axolotl is on land. So, I'm going to be trying something kind of fun and maybe different tomorrow. I want to try some speedrunning, but not what you expect. I want to go back to Legacy Console Edition and do a speedrun for that version of the game. The PS4 edition is the most updated Legacy Console, and so the Village and Pillage strategy will still work, and, obviously it's less RNG dependent, so that might be fun. And, yeah, if you want to see speedrunning Legacy Console, something that I haven't personally done since like 2016, 2014, tomorrow is your day. Also, just for everyone excited, I am one of these, but I just want to mention that the Longboy was officially funded. We hit 400, which means they're no longer pre-orders. If you want to get one, they're orders now for the product. Obviously, the way pre-orders worked is if we didn't hit 400, they'd all be refunded. Just want to clarify, like, I think it's very important. I try to only have products and merch when I think it's actually a crazy good, unique product that you should check out. And the Longboy is not only the first of its type that will actually be funded, but also it is the, it's 20% off, the only product right now that you can get for that price. And do you want to get not only a great, cute memorabilia for the channel that will only be made once and never again? Of course you do. But also, now you know it's funded and that it exists forever, and it's cool and stuff. And anyway, while we're speaking here, while we're having fun and talking about, like, oh yeah, Longboy and streaming, and there's lots of cool stuff. I'm looking forward to 2021 as far as snapshots goes. But rather than looking too much into the future, how about we just look into the present and say, you know what? Of all the things we've seen in the cave update, of all the things we've seen in the caves and cliffs, Axolotls are the first mob that might not just be cute. They might be like a new type of pet-style mob that people actually want. And the fact that they come in so many colors, 4 common, 1 rare, there's lots of cool things to talk about, and I'm looking forward to seeing how they develop with that. But I feel like, unlike the goat, which is like, oh, I'm so excited, in a sarcastic way. I am genuinely excited for these. The goat still has that secret coming, and maybe that's great. And yeah, I'm just really excited about this. And to prove it, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video, because I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye.